No matter what your political leanings may be, it's always fun to visit a presidential library or museum. There are 13 presidential museums in the United States, including this one in Atlanta, Georgia, dedicated to former President Jimmy Carter.
What's really neat about the Carter Presidential Center is it's two different things. It's situated on 35 acres of really gorgeous land with a couple of lakes and a Japanese garden and all, but it's made up of two different things. The part that I'm in, the Carter Presidential Library and Museum, is part of the federal government. It's part of the National Archives and Records Administration. It's an archive of President Carter's presidential papers, but also a museum that people can tour. We, on our side of the complex, kind of preserve so that people will know the things President and Mrs. Carter have done. And next door, adjoining us, is the Carter Center. That's where the President and Mrs. Carter have their offices. They have a small apartment there. They spend about 4 or 5 days every month here. It's not unusual during what we call a Carter week to see the President or Mrs. Carter either going through the museum or meeting with folks, or even in the evenings out here walking around getting their exercise on the grounds. We're really very fortunate here. We've got one side that's always looking to the future, and we've got another side that is preserving the past.
The museum tells a tale of a Georgia-born president who actually became more popular during life after the White House.
For visitors, it's a great place to come and do either of a couple of things. You can simply come and relax on the grounds, which are spectacular. We even have people fish in our lakes. But I think the whole family would really like visiting our museum. We completely redesigned our museum back in 2009. We did a $10 million renovation and made it bright, colorful, but more importantly, very interactive, the kind of thing that everybody in the family will like. And we trace President Carter's life from his childhood, growing up during segregation in rural Georgia, through his time at the Naval Academy, and then as governor and president, and then after the presidency.
You'll find gifts from leaders around the world, rare historical pieces from Carter's time in office, and a display of awards received later in life, including a Grammy Award.
I think when we redesigned the museum, we made a mistake, because over in the education portion of the museum, we've got Jimmy Carter's 6th grade report card. And in 6th grade, he makes A's in all of his subjects except one. He makes a B and a C, and that's in music. And what I suggested to the president is, when we redesigned the museum, we should have put it over in the awards section next to his Grammy Award to show you can make your worst grade in music and still get a Grammy. Now, fortunately, his Grammy is in spoken word for one of his audio books, so we don't ask the president to sing. But it is a great way to spend the day learning about the president. You can just have a whole lot of fun here at the Carter Presidential Museum. And then, like I say, be sure and stroll the grounds, because it can make a wonderful visit to Atlanta.